that's what's more fun for me.
I spent most of my life as an
Once described as Audrey Hepburn with a darker edge, Rose Byrne has developed an aptitude for playing polite and precious characters with an unexpected inner strength. With that said, Rose has joined the upper echelon of actors by genre hopping and experimenting with characters to display her range. So how did this indie darling from Sydney's inner west add her name to Hollywood's A-list? Convinced by her older sister to take up acting at age 8, Rose displayed talent from the very beginning. In 1994, Rose's debut film, Dallas Doll, got her career in motion, featuring as the young daughter of the Summers family. It opened up the doors to television roles in Echo Point and Heartbreak High, then ultimately earning her a spot in the critically acclaimed Two Hands. Starring alongside Heath Ledger, this crime comedy painted a cartooned version of Sydney's underworld and achieved a surprise entry in the 1999 Sundance Film Festival.
Well, I thought it was really funny, and I liked the urban kind of feel about it because it's all set around, you know, the cross, and it's pretty seedy, but that was good, you know, because it's kind of different.
Rose just had this sort of real... She had a real spirit about her, you know, like sort of this real liveliness that sort of took the character beyond just the text. You know, like she put, you know, she'd do a little laugh here and there, and, you know, like a little nervous laugh, or do little things. The way she interpreted it made it come to life and made it funny.
From early on, Rose was able to create an air of unpredictability in her characters. But what she did not expect was to be cast in the second film of the new Star Wars franchise, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Byrne played Dorme, a handmaiden to Natalie Portman's character, Padme Amidala. Despite the small wordless nature of the role, Rose's performance resonated with the Jedi community, and to this day she receives on average 10 fan mail letters each year. Imagine how many Mark Hamill gets. This appearance was Rose's first big Hollywood splash, but luckily she still had the desire to make waves in Australian films. In The Night We Call It a Day, Rose plays a bright young lawyer who assists a rock promoter in Frank Sinatra's first Australian tour. And of course, old Blue Eye's gratuitous behaviour leads to a mess of controversy that the pair has to clean up.
And Paul had this great image of Alice falling down the rabbit hole, like in Alice in Wonderland, and she ends up in this crazy world. And that's sort of what it's like. And that's how I've sort of visualised Audrey's experience throughout the whole thing, because she's overqualified for the job. She's, you know, she has a law degree. She's hyper intelligent, and but she's following her heart essentially. And that's the whole setup, and that's what I really loved when I read it, was the journey that Audrey goes on is, I think, a journey that everybody has gone on.
The next journey for Rose would be to join the cast of Troy. Playing a captured member of the Trojan royal family, she was lucky enough to score an on-screen romance with Brad Pitt. This led to international fame and, of course, a few bragging rights. But the humble and at times self-deprecating Rose didn't let it go to her head. Next up, featuring in the Hitchcockian thriller Wicker Park, Byrne broke new ground by acting as a manipulative and obsessive woman trying to split up a couple. Ironically, in real life, Rose can be quite aggressive herself. At the age of 19, she gave a guy a black eye at a party for rejecting her advances. Rose claimed that the fact he didn't find her remotely attractive made her livid. So with that story, how could director Danny Boyle say no to Rose joining the ensemble cast for the sci-fi thriller Sunshine?
She's wonderful, really, because to have her as an ensemble player, she's not emerged yet as a star, but she clearly is, you know, and she brings a wonderful kind of perseverance to it, really. She's very stable, really, throughout all the crises that come. And she's more honest, really, emotionally, than a lot of the other crew. She feels more emotionally for the people who've gone before them. That's a wonderful quality that she has in it.
And now this emotional actress was getting into the swing of things, even learning the traditional formula of a movie star. Each year, one must take on a big studio film and an independent passion project. And in 2009, Rose played by the rules in Knowing and Adam. Adam is an emotive love story surrounding the complications of Asperger's syndrome, and Knowing is the world-changing cage-led blockbuster. And she nailed both. But what else makes you bankable? Has to be proving yourself in comedy, right? Well, that's exactly what Rose did, facing off against cheeky Russell Brand in the highly anticipated comedy Get Him to the Greek.
She matched me with her. She's, as you know, a brilliant actress, so that was no trouble. She beat me physically across the face in a scene that said, they argue. Nowhere in, I looked at the script that day. I don't know why, I don't know quite what came over me, but I thought I'd have a look, see what they put in it. It said, argue. And then there was this bit where suddenly Rose Byrne, the Australian, struck me in the face, really like about... Do you want to put out your hand?
Okay.
Not like that, darling, like this. Right, she hit me. This is, imagine that's my face. Wonderful, elegant hand.
See, I'm shaking now, I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Rose Byrne hit me this hard. No, that's not, hold on. That hard.
OK, that's 2 hits we've heard of launched by the feisty Ms Byrne. What possibly could be the third? Oh yeah, that would have to be the massive comedy smash Bridesmaids. Playing Helen, the rival bridesmaid who consistently and deliciously demeans Kristen Wiig's character Annie, Rose was a standout, injecting the perfect amount of passive aggressiveness to create a character the audience loves to hate.
Drop dead gorgeous, so funny, and she just plays the character so perfectly because she has to be the person that I immediately hate, but also someone that my best friend really, really likes. So she has to play this really hard part of being funny yet loving, and you see why she likes her, yet you also hate her because I hate her, and it's kind of a complex thing for her to think about, and she, to me, she nailed it.
Really, truly about the relationships between these bridesmaids and about, you know, obviously it's Kristen's journey, it's Annie's journey, but it's such great room for comedy and to study all those dynamics between women and female friendship and how it is competitive, and it is all these things that we discuss. I firmly believe that, like, and I hope people see that. You know, I hope women see it and go, it's not just a stereotypical kind of cliched version of, you know, I think it's a lot smarter than that.
The awkward competition and snarky comments between the pair worked brilliantly, with Rose really rising to the comedic challenge. And now with an impressive and expanding body of original work, she scored a significant role in X-Men First Class.
It's always, I think, an honour to work on something like this, just in and of the fact that it's even happening. It's such a decadent project in so many ways, but it's one of those huge tentpole films for the studio, and which provides so much entertainment and pleasure for the masses that's like a thrill to be a part of in that sense. I've never been a part of like a continuing story that's got this inbuilt audience, you know, from comics, from the previous films, from, you know, action heroes to so on and so forth. It's an exciting and new territory for me.
All reports from the X-Men fanboys were positive, so Byrne has signed on for the possibility of 2 more prequel films. All the while in the background of Rose's flourishing film career, she has held a steady home since 2007 on the American television series Damages. Regularly clashing with Glenn Close's venomous character in the courtroom has created a specific audience for Rose and made her one of the most popular characters in the show, thus far netting an Emmy and Golden Globe nomination. So how does she keep up the TV and film juggling act?
It's been great. No, I felt really lucky. We shot the 4th season of the show, and I was doing a lot of press for Bridesmaids and X-Men on the weekends, and you know, it's an embarrassment of riches. I'm very lucky.
At this point in her career, it must be more talent than luck to have achieved what Rose Byrne has on the other side of the pond. And while she consistently nails valuable supporting roles, we believe it won't be long before she becomes a tried and true leading lady. Stay tuned to StarPix for all the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcast in high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For more of the best in entertainment news, check out your Movie Network channels. Find or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and mnc.tv.